Everybody, it's Tim with Engadget. This is the Samsung Galaxy Tab 7.0 Plus, the most recent addition to the Galaxy Tab family, and slotting in at the 7-inch mark. This is basically a successor to the original Galaxy Tab, which was, of course, a 7-inch tablet as well. 2-megapixel webcam built into the bezel, and as you can see, there's like an earpiece here, which almost makes this look like an oversized phone, especially because Samsung's got their logo printed horizontally like this when you hold it this way. You can actually use this as a big phone if you're using Skype, but we wouldn't necessarily recommend it, at least not in public. On the bottom, there are the stereo speakers, plus Samsung's proprietary port there. On this side, we have the power button and the volume rocker, as well as an infrared emitter, which enables this to be used as a smart remote, which we'll show you in just a moment. Up top is the 3.5mm headphone jack, and then if we flip this around to the back, we have a 3-megapixel webcam with an LED flash. Finally, on this side is a micro SD port for expansion. You can flip this sucker open, pop in a micro SD card, and expand it to add more storage. If this were a 3G equipped version, there would also be a slot for a SIM card here. Go ahead and turn this on and give you a walk around. We're looking at Honeycomb 3.2 on this version of the tablet, but it looks basically just like we've seen on the other Galaxy Tabs. This has the TouchWiz customizations, which includes these helpful applications that you can get to very quickly. Things like a task manager, a calendar, a word clock, and a pen memo as well. And as we've seen before with pen memo, you can scribble on the screen here. Not quite as useful as the Note with its built-in stylus, but still, if you are a deft drawer with your finger, you can certainly do some fun drawings here. So let's go ahead and jump into the Peel Smart Remote app. This is something, as I flip this guy over, this is something that's available on this tablet, but not on the other Galaxy Tab tablets, at least not yet, because they don't have the built-in IR. We'll go through the wizard here quickly and just go ahead and choose at random some devices. As you can see, the way it's set up, unlike the Harmony remotes where you basically pick your device and it configures based on that, here it's basically just guessing based on your manufacturer. It will then send out some codes, and effectively when your TV turns on, you tell it your TV turned on, and then at that point it says it's good to go. Let's go ahead and put in a zip code. So right now it's going to be checking Time Warner Cable because that's what I have at home. But you can configure it with whatever provider you have, and it will pull in the TV listings, as you might expect. So again, doing the same sort of thing for setting up the DVR. And there we go. So let's keep going through here. Now this will ask you to personalize what sort of content that you like to watch. So right now it's got everything selected. I'm not much of a fan of, let's say I don't like comedy or drama. I definitely don't like kids. I do like sci-fi and fantasy. Skip the news. Cartoons are cool. Yada yada yada. Continuing on. Now we've entered the interface for the Peel app, and as you can see, it gives you a listing of the different categories of content, and it will tell you what's on, like Angel, for example, not one of my favorites, but if you are a fan of vampires, maybe this is the show for you. Basically, just tap this icon, and if I had a TV here, it would actually put the TV to that channel and start playing it for me. Over here, you can see the controls for fast forwarding and reverse, updating your volume settings, recording, so on and so forth. And you've also got controls here for the D-pad on the DVR with the OK button, get your menu, exit, and things like that. Basically all the standard controls that you would expect from a smart remote. We found the app to be a little bit restrictive in the things you can do, or can't do, I should say. You can't, for example, work with a TV that does not have discrete inputs. This won't control video game consoles, and it won't do a lot of more obscure devices that you might have, like, let's say, a Logitech smart receiver, something like that. But if you've got a pretty straightforward setup with maybe a DVR, a cable box, and a stereo receiver, this should work pretty well for you, although, of course, this is a very large remote. Let's go ahead and bring up the browser and just give you a quick tour around here. Performance we found to be pretty good, which would make sense given this has the same basic internals as the other Galaxy Tabs that we've seen of late. But in browsing in particular, though, we did notice things are a bit sluggish at times. But overall, in general, it's a good performing device. Pinch to zoom, as you can see, is very smooth. Browsing and scrolling, again, smooth as well. So good performance despite the much more manageable size than say, the 10.1. So again, this is Samsung's current smallest offering as a pure tablet, slotting in above the Galaxy Note and below the Galaxy Tab 8.9 and the 7.7, if indeed the 7.7 sees release. If you're looking for a portable tablet, it is a good choice, but we think that the 8.9 is a better size for most general tablet use, or if you're looking for something that's closer to a phone, we also, at that point, would suggest you step down to the Galaxy Note. Again, this is the Samsung Galaxy Tab 7.0 Plus.